Supposed to press record first.
7.72 million. Jeez. Shout out to JC, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely finishing out. Holy.
This guy took one bite. I was like, all right, I gotta take the rest. You know what it's like? You take one cookie from a thing, you're like, I gotta eat the rest now. He had that taste test, and it was way better than I expected.
That was me yesterday with fucking barbecue crispers. Yo,
those are nice.
I bought it and I said to myself, okay, my only goal is make it last till Saturday. That's it. Low expectations, right? Set the bar low. And then Friday night, I get home from boxing. It's like we're training to fight now.
Yeah.
So it's like real serious training. Like the past 2 days have been nuts. I've lost like 7 pounds in the last 2 days.
Jeez.
So I eat a crisper.
Next, you know the bag is done.
I go to my bed like, yeah, fam, I'm just taking the pack. I'm just taking the pack. I killed it. I killed it within like 6 minutes of Fargo.
Jeez.
That's what I'm watching on Netflix right now.
What am I watching?
I killed that, man. Yo, shit, I'm hungry.
Yo, sometimes I'm looking at something and I'm like, I'm not going to eat that. And I look away in my head, I'm just like, you know, you're damn well you're going to eat that.
Saying. And then you just say like, fuck it, man. Just take the pack.
Whatever, exactly. I'll deal with it after. Enjoy now, deal later. Deal with it later.
And it's still 2018.
Yo, exactly. So, there you go. No 2019 goals yet.
I got like 2 more days.
Life does not work that way. Your body's not going to be like, all right, everything in 2018 is all gone.
No, but mentally, I feel all right.
All right, if you say so.
And that's all that matters.
There we go. It's all that matters mentally. Thugs and thugs.
I don't think it goes like that.
I just know the beat. Like I know the.
That's my Uncle Charles, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Crossroads.
Yeah, is that one
at
singing?
The crossroads
with another guy at the same time.
I don't think that's how it goes.
That's how it goes. I'll meet you at home, thinking about what to do, what to say when I see you.
Honestly, for your sake, I think I'm gonna edit this part up.
That's Crossroads.
That is not Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh wait, maybe it's not by Bone Thugs and Harmony, but
what was that Tim McGraw sounding? What the fuck?
I'll meet you at the crossroads.
I have to look up what the fuck you're talking about.
See right there, Crossroads.
Because Crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony is a lot different than what the fuck you just did.
Okay, no, the one thing is not by Bone Thugs and Harmony.
This is Crossroads.
Okay, yeah, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Wow.
That's not the one I'm thinking of.
Wow. And I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all.
Another guy.
I don't even think I can start the show until I know what you're talking about.
I don't want to start the show until I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I don't know what song I'm talking about. I don't know where that lyrics came from. I swear I heard that song before.
Okay. Well.
I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
I know I've heard that before.
Now I'm startled. But that's all right. That is all right. We are here. Microphone check 1 2 3 4.
Hello.
Microphone
hello.
Check 1 2 3 4.
5 6 7.
Sounds like we're live. Sounds like the microphones are working. Sounds super clear at home.
Clear clarity.
We don't spend money on studio time.
Hell no.
They say work smarter, not harder.
Till we get signed and someone's willing to pay us to go to the studio.
But then they're paying for the studio.
That's what I'm saying. Until we get signed, then we'll start hitting the studio.
That's what I'm saying. Work smarter, not harder.
But till then, we SoundCloud rappers out here recording in the bathroom. Pause.
You know what? It's not the bathroom.
Yeah, it's not the bathroom.
Let's not trick the listeners.
I was just trying to make.
Let's not do that.
A reference to recording in the bathroom because that's good acoustics.
We've gone through some DIY methods of soundproofing the place.
Even Savon seen that.
Yes, he did. Shout out to the Need to Know podcast. Shout out to Savon. Hold on. First of all, we haven't even started our show yet, which is great because I got to find my soundboard first. Let me just applaud Savon real quick.
That's Savon, man.
Congrats for everything, first and foremost. Obviously, Need to Know podcast for getting as big as it has. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to Steph
Styles.
Killing it on the Instagram story with the dance.
We see you.
She wilding out, but shout out to her. But no, shout out to Savon because he got producing credits
On Joe
on
Budden
the
podcast.
Joe Budden pull-up episode.
Pull up, yeah.
Yeah, the pull-up episode, the year end.
Okay, I see.
So
We see you.
Hey,
We see you, Savon.
EP right around the corner. Okay,
EP.
let's get it. I see you. Anyways, we haven't started the show yet.
No, we've not.
We haven't. So let me start it now.
Do.
Welcome to another episode of the True North Views podcast.
TNV for short.
It's your go-to podcast to start your week. Your favorite podcast. Your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast.
I want to cut you off there.
What am I holding
It's
up
your
for?
go-to podcast to start the year.
Oof. Damn. Ooh, that was powerful. Let me give you a... Oh, I'm at a loss of words.
I don't know.
That deserves one of those.
That just came up randomly.
Others will actually call us Toronto's official, unofficial podcast.
Why?
Why?
Because we are the kings of dope criticism.
Uh-huh.
The pharaohs of prolific opinion.
Yep.
The emperors of elevated thoughts.
Wow. How convenient is fucking that?
It's your boy Harris here.
I'm your skirt master, and soon to be known as Mr. Triple Double No Assist, JustShola.
And as usual, we're giving you our views from the perspective of a couple of first-generation Canadians on what's really buzzing,
Buzz.
what people are talking about, and most importantly, what people are not talking enough about. Feel me? I do wonder if people will think whether we kind of did a cut in the audio to get that skirt in there, or whether we used the soundboard. Because it sounded like either or. It was just like a break.
It was.
It was a silence. And then it came in, and then we started back. I mean, you never know.
Exactly.
Never know.
It's what we do on the podcast for you guys.
It's kind of shit that, my mind thinks about. But anyways, plug time. Plug walk. We should really just get plug walk.
We can, because we want to get taken off.
True.
It's licensed.
True.
Even that skirt,
skirt.
I have no idea. Everyone signs like 3 labels at the end of the day.
I feel like everyone
I feel like
everyone new age related is just signed to Atlantic.
Yeah, Atlantic signs people when they have like
because
100
they're
Instagram
the master
followers.
label, right?
Yeah.
So
They
I don't
just go on Instagram like, oh, you have 100 followers? We'll sign you.
Like QC's not Atlantic.
Probably is.
You know what I mean?
There's only like 3 major labels out there. There's a bunch of labels under all those labels, like Def Jam, Atlantic, Republic. Is Republic
and
one of them?
Sony?
Yeah. That's about it.
But yeah, plug time though. Cannot use the plug walk. We can say it. It's not a trademark term. We can sing it because our tone is off, so it's not going to sound similar to the actual song itself. But they can get us for likeness, right?
There we go. We just can't. They'll probably let that slide. They just won't let the using
the actual song itself.
And then we go use our code to buy this.
Anyways, man, follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram at True North Views. That is all one word. Very easy to spell. TrueNorthViews. You can find us, of course, on your preferred podcast platform of choice. Whatever you prefer listening to, whether it's Google Play, whether it's Apple Podcasts, whether it's Spotify, whether it is SoundCloud, whether it's Podbay, Podbean, Podstocks, whatever the Jack and the Beanstalk, whatever they call them shits nowadays. Whatever you prefer to use, we are on there. If we are not, let us know. We will let the man know. We are the man.
We are, so
we'll be telling ourselves.
Yo, post here.
And then we'll get it fixed.
Yeah, that's all we gotta say.
That's all it is. That's all it really takes. And as usual, please, we do ask that at all times, do us a favor. It's the end of 2018.
Do not applaud until all the names have been said.
True. Go on your phone. Rate us.
Ooh, that's a big one. We don't ask for a lot, guys.
Go on your phone. Subscribe to us. Go on your phone. Comment.
Write a review.
You know what I'm saying? Write a review. Comment. Let's make us shine a little bit more. Let's get some other eyes, man.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
not? Why not? Why not?
It's the least y'all can do.
And then finally, of course, it's the human experiment, 6 degrees of separation. You're gonna tell 6 friends. You're gonna ask them one task. Hey, friend number 1, you tell 6 more mans and tell them to tell 6 more mans. And you wash and you rinse and you repeat and you recycle. And then we see how the human experiment works. Let's see if the world truly is 6 degrees of separation, or if they just taught us some bullshit. So, listen.
There was actually never proof of that.
But they taught us that in school.
No, we didn't see that in school.
They didn't.
6 degrees of separation was a Facebook thing.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Actually?
It was a Facebook
dead
thing.
ass. Not
Dead ass. And like everybody in the world should join this group, and somehow
That's not history. Nah, that comes from science, man. That has to be.
I swear it was a
That's
Facebook.
not Facebook.
I've only seen that on Facebook. I remember there was a big thing about it on Facebook.
I'm not rolling.
I don't know.
I'm not rolling with that. I think I'm done the plug.
Cool. Plug walk.
I think I'm done the plug.
When I see plug, I think of plug walk.
You have to. That's how it's been the whole time for me. Now, this is episode 36. I forgot to announce that. Shout out to us. Yeah, it is 36.
Yeah, 36. It is 36. I think.
No, I thought you were looking at me
right.
like. I thought you were looking at me.
I was
like,
just surprised. I didn't know the episode number for once.
So salute to us for reaching 36.
Ooh.
I can't think of any pro athlete that wears the number 36.
Tobias Harris.
He wears 34.
Oh, Paul Pierce.
He wears 30. He wore 34 as well.
2 34s.
Let's do.
I know there's a 36 somewhere. Not Paul
professional athletes that wore number 36. There's got to be a big athlete.
There is. I know there is.
Come on now, man. Let's get this. You would think there's like just a database
that has number and every athlete in the world ever wore.
There kind of is. I'm not gonna lie. This is a solid looking. I might have got to favorite this one.
I might have to come
Make
back
it
to
seem
this
like I'm
again.
knowledgeable. Oh, we got Jerome Bettis. Okay,
Jerome Bettis.
I'm with it. That's all we got, man.
Oh, shout out to Jerome Bettis.
Shout out to Jerome Bettis, the bus. Pittsburgh. I was gonna say Penguins. Steelers.
It's not hockey.
I don't watch hockey nor football. But I used to play Madden, so it is what it is.
I think everyone played Madden at one point. That's like
no, I played Madden like religiously. Like that's when I followed Madden. You know what I mean? Not even football. I just followed Madden. I played it for like 10 years straight.
I still have 2 of your Madden games at my house.
You do.
I don't know which one.
I haven't forgotten.
I saw the other day. I packed it up and put it in storage.
PS3, no?
No, it's PS4.
Okay, it's still
but
PS4.
They're old. Like one's like Madden 15 or some shit, and one's like Madden 25.
You do have my Madden.
I know
That's
2
the
of
one
your
with
Madden.
Richard Sherman on it?
Yeah, one of them is Richard Sherman. I have 2 Madden. I know I never bought Madden before.
This guy has my fucking Madden. I just took that in.
Not like
Damn, shit.
Just like you played the games you even have here.
That's true. That's a fact. That is a fact. You're wondering why we're buying time.
Why are we buying time?
Because we have nothing to talk about.
There's no script
but you know,
today.
let's give a little bit of format to this. So of course, this is the last show of 2018. You know, I'm sure at some point we'll say some corny shit to you guys. But thank you in advance for listening. Whether you're a day 1 listener, whether you're a day 13 listener. Obviously, a lot of our listeners came from there.
Yeah.
Whether you are a day 35 listener or whether you are a day 36 listener, shout out to you. We really appreciate it. Let me get that out of the way first and foremost. And I'm intentionally saying first and foremost very often because I've said it about 17 times at this point.
Well, I'll say no more first of all and no more first and foremost.
You know what? We're leaving it in 2018. so I'm getting it all out now. But like I said, you know, it is the last show of 2018. We decided in true TNV fashion, we would end the show with almost what kind of birthed the idea of the True North Views podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, we were born in 2018. Big year for us.
He's scared. I'm like, no, I wasn't.
It's like, wait, what?
No, the podcast was born. Yeah, makes sense.
You know, big year for us, absolutely. And as we were coming together, and obviously shout out to Shola for creating this.
It was just an idea, man.
Creating this and making this happen. You know, the premise, the reason why we said let's start recording on a week-to-week basis was because we're in a sort of media-filled world that lacks the views and the perspectives of Canadians.
Pretty much. Like, no one cares about
Torontonians
Toronto
in that
like
sense.
That. Like
so we wanted to...
We're about to be a mega city.
Yeah.
We're on our way to be a mega city. We should have a voice out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And that's not even to hate because there are voices out there. There are a lot of voices, you know, Marlon Palmer, MC Ebone.
MC Ebone. He found his passport. Shout out to him.
Boozy Fade. Shout out to them. There's a lot of movements. There's a lot of voices. In Toronto, Six Buzz became a name.
Mm-hmm. Drake,
obviously. You know, he's always going to be leading the charge. Tory Lanez had a great 2018.
Our sports teams, our hockey and basketball
we on
team.
top.
Yeah, we're
Raptors
killing
and
it.
Leafs. We out here. You know what it is. But you know what, man? We're becoming that mega city. And we want to make sure that we are giving you that sort of unfiltered view, just on how we think.
Pretty much.
Just on how we think, right? It's a True North Views podcast. So we kind of said, okay, what are we going to do for our final show of the week, of the year, of the week? Oh my goodness. When I have to say week, I say year. When I have to say year, I say week. This is fucking ridiculous. What are we going to do for our final show of the year? We've already done our year-end countdowns.
See?
We can't just go back to like a regular show. Like,
so what did you listen to today?
You know what I mean? Like, we can't like
at the end of the year,
final show.
Let's do some.
So you know what? We said, let's just have a show full of random thoughts, man.
Literally just random thoughts.
A show full of random thoughts. That's what we're getting today. A bunch of random thoughts, and you're gonna get the True North views on those random thoughts.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? If you came for music, I'm sorry.
Come back next week.
Thank you next. Salute to Ariana.
But yeah, man. Listen to that song on the way here. I was listening to the radio and it came on. I was like,
radio?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I get tired of my music. Let me listen to some pop stuff. And I hear,
you know what? It is refreshing. Sometimes I do go back to AM radio.
Just for a little, not for like a long ride, but just a little bit, 3-4 songs. And then you go back to my regular stuff.
Interesting. Okay, random thoughts. I have no idea where we're starting. So I mean, let it fly.
It's random thoughts.
Let's get this shit going, man.
Start with the first one.
What do you got? Because I'm trying to find my tabs.
My computer is frozen.
Okay, so we're both trash. I think I got something. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Jay-Z, Lil Wayne.
Hey, shout out to
you just saw this.
Yes,
you just saw this. So let me let the viewers be aware. So Lil Wayne took a moment. He had a show in Chicago. And he took a moment to actually thank Jay-Z for his generosity. He said, I quote, "There's people like Jay-Z. He helped me when I was really, really, really down." He said it 3 times, so you know he's serious.
He was hella down.
Really, really, really down. And then he said that part twice. So that's like 3 times 2 is 6. 666, the devil, Illuminati, Lil Wayne, Carter.
This guy's doing like some Nas math.
You
know she just died at 33. That's 33 shots left.
You know the math. 33 shots from Twin Glocks.
16 in my crew, 16 hit you.
Lil Wayne said, "Jay don't want me to tell nobody. That man helped me with my taxes. He's a real friend, y'all." And it's likely that Lil Wayne is referring to the $7.72 million in back taxes that he owed many years ago. He paid it back in 2012. And as we know it, apparently it may have been with the help of Jay-Z. So salute the Hove.
Shout out to man. That's real friends.
Salute the Hove.
That real friends.
Real friends.
And the fact that the man said, when did you do this? He said it years ago.
This was done
and this is the first time we're hearing about it. So man said, don't even like go into public with it. That's
Jay-Z has a line for that. I just forget what the line is off the top of my head, but that guy really is a Bible. But what I want to ask you is this. Now, we know Jay-Z money, so I don't gotta ask you, okay, well, how much money do I have? If you have Jay-Z money,
yeah,
is any friend worth $7 million taxes to you?
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck.
There's a handful of them.
Let's keep it a buck.
There's a handful of them. The other ones, I'll say, you know what? I'll pay for a financial advisor for you.
I pay for. Yo, here's my accountant. He's good.
Pretty much.
He or she.
There's a handful of people. I'll be like, all right, here's $7 million.
That's hilarious. Do your thing. Oh my goodness. Man, I mean, yeah, I guess I would say the same thing. I mean,
but you gotta have like. I'm assuming he had like a good conversation with him. He knew that, all right, like you're not just gonna F around and
you also know it's Lil Wayne. You know it's somebody who can generate revenue very easily.
Yes.
Even if his music career never happened again, he could write a book.
Easy.
He could get into acting.
Easy.
He could
be a model for all we know.
Pause. He could
not like just like he I don't know.
No, I know what you mean. Like
be on TV and shit.
Or he can be on TV hosting a show.
Yeah, he's Lil Wayne.
He could run his label.
There we go.
You know what I mean? Start really looking out for talent and make money that way as you know the top dog in that sense. So you know Jay-Z clearly knows there's tons of ways this guy can generate revenue. Jay-Z is obviously smart enough or savvy enough, I should say, in terms of business.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know he's not getting a percentage?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. We don't know the.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, how do we know Jay-Z's not getting 8% of Carter 5 right now?
Maybe he is.
You don't know that.
Jay-Z would have sat down with him and be like, all right, it's not just here's $7 million, go pay your tax. It's probably like they had a good conversation and figure some shit out.
But you know what?
Shout out to
it's
Jay-Z,
a Carter to Carter connection.
Hey.
Triple C's.
What was that song they had?
Cool Common. That song, I don't think that song was that good, was it? No, that song was
Hey,
good.
Mr. Carter.
Yeah.
Tell me where have you been?
You know what? That song was supposed to be way more.
Mr. Carter? I've been thinking.
No,
Officer? No, that's.
No. I'm bugging. You know what it is? It's off Jay-Z's album. I think it was Kingdom Come.
Okay, that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of this one. I'm thinking of is off Lil Wayne's album.
My title just ran out.
Damn! End of the year, they caught you.
No.
They caught you.
Hold up. Not now. Let me just browse, man. Fuck.
Let me see.
Can I go to, do I still have a collection?
You should still be able to see. You just can't play it.
Maybe.
Or just snippets. I don't know.
I'm not
Because
sure.
in Spotify, if you don't have the premium, you can still see the track listing.
Yeah,
you
Spotify,
just
but I
can't.
don't think...
You can't play. It shuffles every album for you. That's how Spotify got you, eh? They made you shuffle every album.
Yeah, the song I was talking about was "Hello Brooklyn."
Okay, that's not the one I'm
I was
talking
like,
about.
"Hello Brooklyn, how you doing? Where are you going?" You know what I'm saying?
That's Jay-Z?
I'ma be your man, be my lady.
That's Jay-Z, Lil Wayne?
Yeah. Oh no, I can't play the song. Yeah, but that song was a little disappointing. I wanted more from that. But whatever.
You didn't hear Mr. Carter? It's off.
I know the song. I know the song you're talking about.
Okay, it's off like.
I don't think that's about Jay-Z. I don't think Jay-Z.
Oh, it's Mr. Carter. Yeah, it's Mr. Carter. Lil Wayne featuring Jay-Z.
Oh, Jay-Z.
It's off from Dedication 3. Oh, sorry, the Carter 3. I remember. I love that song.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mr. Carter.
I don't remember Jay-Z.
Tell me where have you been? He goes,
I know. I've been thinking. I know the song, but I don't remember Jay-Z's verse on that.
I can't remember. I hear his voice in my head, but I can't remember his lyrics.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll play it after. We're not trying to get kicked off.
Okay, what do we want to talk about next? Bird Box.
Let's
get this shit.
Did you watch this movie?
No, I did not.
Yo, you should watch it.
Is it a movie?
It's a movie. It's pretty good. Still.
You watched it.
I watched it. It was even before all these memes came out. I watched it.
Now I will say this. I love Sandra Bullock.
She's a good actress in it.
Crash is I think Crash is my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, okay.
I'll be honest with you.
What is mine?
I love Sandra Bullock. So I should watch it.
You should.
But everyone tweeting about it makes me not want to watch it.
Why not? Don't you want to get the joke?
No.
How you seen all these memes and you don't want to know what the joke is about?
I think it's a part of growing up. Like, for once, I did not care to be involved in the joke.
Maybe it is. I'd watched it before the joke came. I watched it on.
And that's the thing. I
watched it the Friday before Christmas. Okay. So it was like the 21st.
Now let me ask you.
Yeah, I watched it on the 21st.
How did you hear about it?
I was on Netflix, and it was the first thing. You know,
one of those advertisements like coming end of the month, like that type of shit.
It was already there. It was just like they're showing the trailer, and I just hit play. I was like, you know what? I need something to watch. Seems interesting.
It looks highly produced.
Sandra Bullock's in it. It's a Netflix original.
You got me sold. Big name actress.
Like, I'm rolling. They got to put money into this. It's almost like a movie.
Like Bright.
Yeah, exactly.
In that sense.
So I pressed play and I watched it. And I wasn't disappointed.
Okay.
I don't think it was as great as everyone thinks it is, but
no, I don't even think people think it's great.
People just like the meme.
I think people just like the moment.
Yeah.
And I can't even be mad at that. Like I like the moment.
Everyone likes the moment.
Everyone likes the fucking moment. Like
Drake's Goons attack Pusha T.
Drake Goons attack Pusha T. Oh, we were living off of that moment. But it's interesting how there's got to be some scheme that's going on here. There's got to be some kind of scheming. Like how did everyone watch it on the same day as if Bird Box just came out that morning of?
So here's I told you a little bit about this pre-recording about how I was talking to my marketing manager at work about how marketing. He went to school for marketing. He knows marketing
he's
inside
a marketing
out.
Manager.
Yeah, so he knows his ish. And he said there's a strategy that big companies use where, especially on social media, where they pay certain top accounts like Complex, World Star, those big accounts. They'll pay them and say, post this at this time.
Right.
And then so they all do it around the same time. So now everyone's seeing it now. Everyone that follows Complex, World Star, whatever, is now seeing it. And the accounts that they don't have to pay are now reposting it because
they're all reacting at the same time. And then, let's say Academics is grabbing his news from Complex. And we're grabbing our news
from academics
or World Star.
Yes, and
then,
now we're posting it, but we're posting it for free. But they already
and
paid.
then someone's gonna retweet us, and then they're getting.
And now that turned into a big thing. He said that's what they tried doing with Blueface. That's why Blueface came out of nowhere, because it's all they'll do like overnight. So when you wake up in the morning, you're like, "Whoa, shit! Am I missing out on this?"
It's interesting
and then you go watch
what that does to you psychologically. Do you feel like that impacts your enjoyment? Because
yes,
I'll preface this way. When I heard Blueface at first, I said this on a podcast. That nigga was hard.
I thought he was trash.
Hard.
I thought he was trash.
That offbeat shit. Like I said, I've been in that. Like I said, I've been in that West Coast, like Vince Staples, West Coast mood, right? Like just funkier, offbeat type of shit. And then I heard Blueface at first. This is before everyone started. This is before academics started posting about it, and I think that's kind of the catalyst, right? I thought this guy was hard.
I thought you were sure.
Then he starts coming at the same time from everywhere, and I'm like, it's corny now.
That's record labels paying people to post it. He said what they'll do is they'll say to post it at night. So when you wake up in the morning,
yes, you're wondering, like, how did I miss this?
And now I got to go watch it. Now I got to go find this musician. So I feel like that's what they did with Bird Box. They probably just made people make a bunch of memes, and then it blew up, and they were like,
you know what? In that case, man, you gotta give it up to Netflix. You gotta give it up to Netflix, man, because yeah, you can talk about marketing strategy all you want, but you remember when Bright came out?
Yeah.
Netflix promoted that the same way blockbuster movies were promoted.
Oh hell yeah, they put a lot of money into that.
Now, how did the movie industry respond, or how did the consumer world respond? They responded in a way where it was, they paid all the writers to say it was trash.
No, the movie was kind of trash though.
It was Like it wasn't trash. I think it was decent.
It was setting up for a bigger world, but it didn't.
I think Bright 2 has the ability to be a great movie if they get the same actors back.
My whole problem with Bright, and I know we're not talking about Bright, was just that I felt it was trying to set up a bigger world and didn't make a self-contained.
I get it.
It didn't make a self-contained movie.
Here's what I think you're trying to say. Think about. Oh man, I always forget that movie with where the girl died from Planet 3 or some shit, and she said, I offer myself to fight.
Oh, Hunger Games.
I always forget the name of Hunger Games.
I died from Planet 3.
I always
District 12. It's a Planet 3. It's Earth. They're all in the US. The US is divided into 12 districts.
Yo, don't do this. I'm fucking dying. That's hilarious. Wow, that is funny. But think about it like this. And I just forgot the name again. Hunger Games. Hunger Games. I promise you I never forget. I never remember the name of Hunger Games. Hunger Games Part 1 did a great job of setting up the world.
But it also had a nice self-contained movie. It had a beginning and an ending.
Whereas
and it showed you there was
Bright
more.
Didn't do as good of a job, explaining the world.
Yeah, it left you with so much more questions.
And B, just running as a movie, beginning, middle, end.
Yes. So that was my issue with Bright. But it was a good movie, and I know what they're setting up.
So, and the reason why I'm again saying shout out to Netflix is because think about that moment.
Mm-hmm.
What did Bright become as a result of that moment? Bright became a movie where on social media, people like to do what's cool on social media. So people are going to follow the writers on social media. So there was like two camps. There was people that were following the writers and the journalists calling the movie trash.
Yeah.
And then there was the other side saying like, guys, let's be real. You're just hating.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it became a battle. It didn't hit the way Netflix wanted it to hit.
Yeah, it did not.
So Netflix said, okay, we have this other movie. There's another big name on there. And I'm sure they've had other instances of this. And I'm sure they've done...
like a little mini-series too with Jonah Hill and Emma Watson. Don't watch it. But
and Jonah Hill went on his press tour. And that worked.
Yeah.
That was a successful way. But then people got sick of Jonah Hill. So now Netflix says, well, we can't do that again. So they got to try a new approach now. So now the approach that they tried was, like you said, the marketing strategy, which we're assuming, alleged, right? We're assuming.
Well, we don't know this
We're giving our True North views. That's why it's the name of the podcast. Pays all these people to write it or to get a social media frenzy going on about it. So now if social media is unanimously saying it's good, you can't hate on it.
The thing about social media is I'm saying it's good. They're just posting funny
And
stuff about.
But that's the most interesting thing.
So like now everyone's like, oh, I gotta go watch to get these funny jokes. They never say it's
Exactly.
good or it's bad. I've never once heard anyone
Exactly.
say this movie's good or bad. Everyone's just posting the Sandra Bullock raising up her eye.
That's what
Her
I'm saying,
blindfold.
right? And then it's like, it's funny because I do see a spot tweet here or there that talks about the movie itself.
Yeah.
But then the replies to that are almost just like, fam, that's not what we're getting at. We're just let us live. we're just having a moment here.
Let's enjoy this movie for the meme.
So it's so interesting. It's so interesting that Netflix has that savvy, and again, we're assuming that Netflix has that savvy to say, let's try things in different ways. And this hit.
Yeah, it did. Definitely.
This hit. So fuck.
Shout out to Netflix for that.
Shout out to Netflix for sure.
On purpose or not on purpose, it went out good.
Good point. I don't know if you had anything else to say about that shit.
Yeah, not really. You didn't watch the movie.
No, I didn't.
It's a pretty interesting movie. It's kind of dumb sometimes, but it's like every movie. That's more like, why would you do that? But then you realize that they're trying to move the plot forward.
True that.
Yeah.
Okay.
See that new Jordan Peele commercial?
I did see the trailer, or not the trailer itself. Did I watch the trailer itself? I think I watched the trailer itself.
I watched.
You know when you're watching YouTube and some shit comes up and you can press skip?
Yeah, you saw that?
I think I didn't press skip.
Oh, so you saw like 15 seconds, or was it like 2 minutes long?
It may have been like the 1 minute 36 type of one.
See, I have an ad.
It may have been.
I had an ad blocker, so I don't get ads on YouTube.
Oh man, you fucked up.
Oh, fucked up. I love it. I don't get ads. I just go straight to my video every time. There's no middle ads. There's no ads at the
That's
beginning.
hard. I need that.
But yeah, I saw it on Instagram actually.
I did see it. Now, keep in mind, this is gonna sound real dumb. I still haven't watched
Get Out. How have you not watched it on your black? All right, guys. This is my last day on the podcast.
Okay, so let's wrap it up. I'm bad at watching stuff. Like, for example, Suits has been on my list for 5 years.
Okay. Yeah. By the time
has been on my to watch list for 5 years.
By the time you watch, the show's already done pretty much too. Suits is done.
Listen. Okay, so I have to pay for Netflix now, right? No longer can use the free account, right? So I said, So when I no longer had access to the free account, I said, I don't need Netflix.
I don't need Netflix.
I'm gonna chill on YouTube. Okay.
And YouTube wasn't hitting?
About 48 hours later, I said, listen.
Sign up for that Netflix
I'm
account.
a grown-ass man. I can afford $10 a month. I'm a grown man here. Okay.
You know what? I got to pay for this account.
So for the first time in my life, November 2018, I started paying for Netflix.
Damn.
Then I get the email. Hey, guys, by the way, we're going up to $15.
Oh.
Now I'm paying $15 a month for Netflix as one individual, right? I should start collecting money from people.
Yo, you should.
But
you really should.
I'm thinking out loud here.
Pay someone. Because the person Netflix I use, they pay for me for their Spotify account.
Oh, this is great.
So we do like a little trade. Like you give me your Netflix password, I'll give you my Spotify. You can join my Spotify premium family. That's what we did.
Let me give you that's one of the fairest trades I've ever heard.
That's
one of the fairest trades I've ever heard in my life. Where was I going with this? Yeah. So now that I pay $15 a month, I'm doing a really good job at remembering my train of thought today, by the way. As I'm paying this $15 a month, I now have to justify paying $15
by watching a shit ton of Netflix.
So I'm watching Fargo, right? I'm watching. I'm gonna add that show You to my playlist.
I gotta watch that too.
I'm adding Suits to my playlist. I
need to watch my list.
Infinity Wars is on.
It's on Netflix.
I'm adding that to my playlist and I'm watching that. I don't even watch that shit.
You don't watch Avengers. You hate that action.
I don't hate
superhero.
It's just like it's not for me. Like I need something a little bit more mentally stimulating.
It's mentally stimulating to my.
It's
happiness.
Visually stimulating.
There we go. Yeah, it's more visually than.
But it's not really mentally stimulating.
Yeah, it's not like giving you any challenges to think about.
It's just kind of both.
Or like, just kind of just fighting.
Because visually stimulating can also be like Grand Budapest Hotel. Like it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, but you're also
Infinity Wars. You know what I mean?
Do I see Infinity Wars kind of like hype music? Sometimes you just need some hype music.
No,
I'm not trying to listen to some.
I agree.
Deep lyrics.
I enjoyed the one that I watched, Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Is that
the one that I watched? There's like 13 or 14 of those movies.
Or was that Civil War?
Which one were they fighting at the airport?
It was the one where Captain America was kind of the main character. It may have been his movie. He was the main character, but he had the Avengers there with him.
Well,
It's all
Civil War was Captain America Civil War.
Okay.
And the other one too was Captain America.
Infinity War was Captain America?
No, the other one. The one before. The one you said, not Civil War. The other one you said?
Winter Soldier. I knew
was
that
Captain America.
I thought it was
Winter
Captain
Soldier.
America, Winter Soldier, and then I thought it was Avengers, Civil War, and then Avengers, Infinity War.
It should have been Avengers Civil War if you really watched the movie,
Yes.
but it was more of... It was
So
Captain
I watched
America.
Civil War.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the
one they're fighting
only
in the
one I've
airport.
seen in the entire franchise.
Spider-Man
I
was
think.
in that one.
Yes, that's when
that's Civil War. That was
Iron
the
Man
first...
was introduced, not introduced, but like Spider-Man was
Was
kind of meeting him
introduced,
for the
yeah.
first time.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I'm on that shit.
Yo,
So
he's back
now
up.
that I'm caught up,
See no other movies though. No other movies in there. Marvel.
not that I need to,
You really
but now
don't
that
need
I'm
to.
caught up, I need to justify this $15.
I don't blame you.
So I'm gonna start watching shit, and I'm willing to take suggestions. So DM, message us on Twitter, add us,
Yes, sir.
comment on any one of our Instagram posts,
We will get
and
a
just give us some
notification.
Give your boy Harris some
give him
Netflix suggestions, please. God damn it!
What's
I need
something
some
I
good shit
watched
to
that
watch.
was good? I don't know. Just a lot of bad stuff I watched too at the same time.
Fargo's not even that good.
I tried watching. I got like halfway through the first episode. I'm like, why was the hype? I don't
You know what's
see
weird?
this.
For some reason, and I don't remember why, I started with season 2 because it's different stories.
Oh,
It's not
really? Every season
It's
is a
almost
different-
like it's almost like American Horror Story.
Oh, okay. So like they have like same person but different characters.
I actually explained that incorrectly because I forgot American Horror Story has that element to it as well.
So it's different characters and
It's just different. Each season tells a true story.
Like it's a new cast every season. That's my question. Or is it like
From
not like
my
they might?
experience with watching season 1 and being a couple of episodes into season 2, there are no correlated characters. There are
Okay.
none of the same actors at all.
Okay, like because some shows do that.
Yeah,
like,
like
I think
American
that-
Horror Story. Yeah, that's why I
Like they have
forgot
like the
about that
same like
element.
6 actors, but they'll play different roles in
But essentially, what I'm getting at is you don't need to watch season
Season
1
one
to understand or to follow season 2.
almost like Black Mirror
In that
like
sense,
an episode.
exactly. So for whatever reason, I started with season 2 first. I was going through my list because again, I had to justify this $15, and I was like, "Why do I have Fargo on this list? I don't remember why I watched it." So I said,
Well,
"Well,
watch
let me go to season 1 then." So I started with season 1. It's not even that good,
I couldn't get past like the first.
but I finished it.
half hour.
It was anticlimactic.
It was I.
I'm gonna skate through season 2.
Skr.
I'll decide from there whether or not I even want to watch season 3. But I'm trying to get my shit worth it, man. So is Get Out on Netflix?
I have no idea. I only watched it in the movie theater. Did I even watch Get Out in the movie theater? I don't think I actually watched Get Out in the movie theater. I think I watched it after it came out on
Whatever.
DVD or
I can
something.
fucking put lock of that shit.
Pretty much. I was trying to. That's what I meant by DVD.
Gorilla Vid or some shit.
That's what I meant by DVD. Is I watch it on DVD.
DVD. It's all good, man.
Let's
It's all
call it
good.
DVD.
Had to drink my coffee there. But yeah, no, I'm curious about that Us movie.
You. Oh, Us movie.
Us, yeah, Us is the new Jordan Peele.
Oh,
You is the other
The
series
Netflix
on
series.
Netflix, and it's funny because I was messaging myself to remind myself to add it.
It's so
on-
complicated. Yes. Yeah, I get it. You're
It's a notification on my phone,
Yeah.
goddammit. Okay, so anyways, so I go on text and you press the box that says
Yeah.
who you want to send to. So it says send to me, message you. I was like, and a
That's-
message from you,
You.
saying you. I'm like, okay,
That's hella
this is very
confusing.
meta. I'm curious about this Jordan Peele. I do want to follow it more.
I would tell you, since you didn't watch Get Out,
Okay,
Get Out trailer told you nothing about the movie.
and that's what I've heard.
Like when I watched it, I'm like, what? And then you went to the movie and it turned like a 360.
And I think that's what stopped me from watching it.
And I
Because
liked
when
it,
I
though.
saw the trailer, it looked like okay, get a black guy in a movie, and okay, black
Exactly.
people- I actually didn't know at the time Jordan Peele was behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it should really influence me.
Oh,
If
that
the movie's
influenced
good,
me.
the movie's good, right?
Yeah.
But at the time I didn't know, so I just this looks kind of corny. And then you know me, I don't really pay attention to trailers because I assume like 98% of them do. They tell the entire story.
If I know I'm going to watch a movie 100%, I don't watch a trailer.
Yeah. So I said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to skate past this trailer, watch about 4 seconds of it. My mind was made up. It looks whack. And then everyone's talking about it. That gives me even less reason to watch because I'm weird like that.
You're
And then, like-
contrarian.
I am. And then I just never got around to it. And now I'm seeing it seems like it's had a big impact.
It did.
I see. Is this considered a sequel?
No, I don't think so.
Or is this just
I think
considered?
it's just a different standalone movie. It's just a movie.
But
But
clearly it's...
he has a style. Like every director has
And I like that.
a style. Like Quentin Tarantino, he has his own style of directing.
Exactly.
Michael Bay,
Exactly.
Steven Spielberg,
Yes.
they all have their own style. So he has his own.
And I like
dark
that we can
humor.
identify Jordan Peele's style.
Because he's black.
Yeah,
You know,
I like
he gets
that.
those black jokes. Like we can laugh at someone's joke. Like, yeah, white people can't get this ish.
I get it. I like it. I really enjoy it.
And he's a
I
funny guy.
appreciate it. He's funny. He has his own style. Clearly, he's showing mainstream success right away. He's not being sort of blacklisted within the industry itself. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Now, this Us movie, again, have you seen the trailer?
I saw like parts of it. Like I saw like the first minute and then parts of the rest of it. Again, it was on Instagram. I knew I was gonna watch it. So I'm like, I want to be surprised. I don't want to go in expecting something to happen.
Yeah, I don't even want to look at it any further. It just says it stars Lupita Nyong'o, Winston Duke is in there, Elizabeth Moss,
Okay.
a few other names in there as well. Yeah, man, Lupita's in there. I'm with it, man.
After his first movie, he probably had a lineup of actors saying, "Put me your next movie. Put me your next movie."
Oh wow! I'm reading this right now. So Jordan Peele also produces alongside Jason Blum and Sean McKittrick. And if you're wondering who that is,
who are them niggas?
That is the trio. They previously collaborated on Black Klansman.
Okay, I actually want to watch that movie. I heard it's really good.
Movie.
You watched that?
Black Klansman.
You saw it in the theater?
Yes.
Whew.
Yes. I had to go to theaters for that one. That's a really good movie.
I heard it's really good.
Really,
it's not what because I watched a trailer. Told me this trailer is weird, but then I heard exactly like it's not what you think of. The trailer does not do it justice.
Yes, that's true. I still need to watch. Sorry to bother you. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Bother you. Sounds familiar.
That one is that's that one that's like a bunch of different like genres in one. It's kind of weird to even
Is it on Netflix?
Describe that film.
So it's
described
DVD
as a quote unquote absurdist dark comedy film. It's written and directed by Boots Riley.
Okay.
So I still need to watch that. Just again, shout out to black film, black cinema, being mainstream cinema simultaneously. So shout out to that. But yeah, I mean, if that trio is working together, man, I like Black Klansman. Get Out looks good. Us, the trailer, the bits and parts I've seen that I've seen looks good. You have Lupita in there. You can't lose at that point. Like,
yes, sir.
Come on, man.
Let's go. Shout out to Jordan
Peele.
Shout
out to motherfucking Jordan Peele, man. Let's go.
Doing it for the black community.
Man. Let's go. Let's get our name. Like we're already fucking trailblazers when it comes to like style and fashion and entertainment and everything else that makes millions and billions of dollars for the world. So, yo, man, when we can eat,
we eating. And we're gonna help ourselves eat more.
Let's do it. I'm fucking with it. What do you want to talk about next, man? Bone Thugs?
Okay, you gotta tell me this. I woke up to this morning and I've not had time to
listen. I have no idea what's going on. One of the Bones has police knocking on his door.
Which one, the shins or the elbows? Or the forearm, the tibulas, the ribs?
You know what? That was good. That was good because you confused me for a second. That was good. I'll fucking give you that. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. One of the thugs, Bone, whatever you want to call him,
Lazy Bone, or is it Crazy Bone?
Went on live. It may have been Busy Bone.
Oh, Busy Bone, yeah.
I don't know which one.
I don't know. There's a lot of bones.
I'm not even gonna try to name them. I don't want to disrespect them. I did enjoy, Bone Thugs and Harmony, but obviously they are before my time, so I can't truly appreciate that, and that's okay.
We respect them as an OG. We would say
exactly.
That. We respect them for what they've done for the game.
But again, one of them got their guns out. One of them sounds like they're, just trying to capitalize off of this. Like, yo, let's just go on pay-per-view and make this happen. Apparently, there's a beef with 21 Savage somewhere in this.
And Quavo and Takeoff too, or Offset and Takeoff.
I don't get what's going on.
I don't understand
it. How do you feel about, I guess, the reason for this happening is Migos calling themselves the best group.
Okay.
Right. Every once in a while, when you call yourself the best, somebody's gonna take exception to that, right? Exactly, Jacquees. We just saw it happen. So somebody's gonna take exception to that. This time around, Bone Thugs and Harmony took exception to that. Then I think it may have been Offset initially said, "So then put the bankroll up. Let's go, bank account versus bank account. Let's make that money talk."
Damn.
And then one of them responded saying like, "Bruh, that's what's up with you young boys. It's always about money. Nah, this is for the game. Let's go. Let's do it."
It's not about, it's about the money.
Then that's where I lost track of what the fuck is going on.
Was that the one with his guns out?
And then all that stuff happened afterward. The guns. Okay. Apparently, there's a diss track out. I haven't heard it yet.
I was trying to find that before the
21 says it's trash.
Someone's Block Boy JB said it was trash. I only saw it on academic page. That's what got me going to try and find it.
That is funny. Block Boy JB chiming in. That is funny. He's coming out with an album, clearly. But you know what, man? Like, how do you feel about, I guess, old dudes coming and trying to play the young game? Like, are you cool with the young dudes calling themselves the best?
Yeah, I'm never. If I do anything, we call ourselves the best podcast, and I don't care how you take that. If you to be the best, you gotta consider yourself the best. I'm like, all right, guys, we're the third best group. After that, like when Lil Wayne said, "I'm the greatest rapper alive." Eventually, everyone says, "You know what?"
There's like, and I've said this on the podcast before. There's like a couple of instances where they spoke it into existence.
Mm-hmm, you said that.
Lil Wayne, best rapper alive, was definitely spoken into existence because nobody thought that beforehand.
He said in a track.
T.I. King of the South.
King of Trap or founder of Trap. He claims he's the founder of Trap.
He claims both, and you know
no
what?
One's fighting
he
him
spoke both of those into existence.
Yep.
What's another one? Oh man,
I can't think of them, but I don't know.
I feel like Gucci has probably spoken something into existence.
He probably did. The Godfather of Atlanta or some shit.
Something. He definitely has spoken something into
existence. But I'm not going to tell myself I'm not the best at something if I'm trying to be the best.
Just can't even hit on that. But that being said, we can't even hate on Bone Thugs', I guess, initial response, which was like, "Nah, you young dudes is playing. We've been the best. Y'all are wilding out." I can't fault them.
I can't fault that for them.
It's still hip hop. It's still competition. It's still sport.
True.
Right? If you still feel like you have it, if you know,
put up a shut up.
Think of an example. If CJ McCollum is gonna come and say, "Yo, I can cook Michael Jordan," I think Michael Jordan's coming on the court and be like, "Bet."
I won't fault him for
you
that.
Know what I'm saying? Like,
pull up.
You know what I'm saying? Bet. And pull up. That was a good one.
Pull up or shut up.
I don't even think you realized that was a good one.
Oh, I didn't take that in.
That is the name of the podcast. CJ McCollum. Pull up with CJ McCollum. That's a good one.
Yeah,
so
I had no idea what I did there.
I'm not mad at either side.
It is what it's a stupid.
Just keep it cordial, man.
Exactly.
Cordial. That's all it is. Like,
the rapper ass
shouldn't be knocking on your door because you're on Insta Live for that long.
How long was you on Insta Live?
The part that I heard about with the police knocking on the door, put it this way, I thought that was like a different day. Because the first time I saw him on live, I actually couldn't watch. It was actually a little bit uncomfortable to watch, I'll be honest with you. But he was like showing his pistols and stuff. He was like telling himself to calm down, like voices in his head. It was actually a little bit uncomfortable, and when I saw people making jokes about it, I was like, "Yeah, you can clearly tell something's up with this guy, and y'all are laughing about it." So I couldn't finish the video, and then I think the following day I had saw like, "Oh, police knock on door." I'm like, "Was this a separate incident?" Because I did watch like 5 minutes of the first video.
You watched 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've ever been 2 minutes into any Instagram live. I'm like, I am not into an Instagram live. You have nothing to say if you're on Instagram live talking.
Word. That's a fact. But they're sometimes fun to watch.
So I'm gonna pose you this question: Bone Thugs versus Migos. They're on stage battling it out. Who's winning?
Well, in today's day and age, it's Migos.
Oh, okay.
But if we're talking about accolades and numbers, and obviously Bone Thugs.
Oh yeah, I mean that.
And at the same time, like, and this is no disrespect to Game because I think he's a legend. You know, Game did like 5 times platinum, but you can't say he's hotter than Tekashi right now.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. Yeah. Obviously, that's a bad example, but you can't say that. But Tekashi will never go 5 times platinum on one album.
Yeah, but I think the Game, not the Game rapper, but the Game, the industry is different now too. Then
that's what I'm saying.
No one's gonna go Michael Jackson. What did they get like? 30 times diamond or some shit.
Who knows, man?
Like the
just
most
diamond, period. Drake's not going diamond.
No one's going diamond.
Didn't something recently go diamond?
His song, God's Plan, 4-minute song, one album, like what, an hour plus album? It's not going diamond in 2017 anymore. With our attention span being fucking 20 seconds.
But you know what, man? Shout out to Random Beefs. You know, it's quirky.
It keeps the music
It's
coming.
the perfect way to end the year. You know, nothing too serious. but something to keep your attention.
There we go.
Can't be too mad at that. You heard they're trying to Me Too Neil deGrasse.
No, I did not.
Okay.
But don't do this to our black astronaut brother.
Well, that's my point.
That's
kind of what I'm getting
which
at.
Becky is trying to get him in trouble now.
Now, let's not talk very ignorantly.
I'm joking.
Because we still have to remain PC. But...
Is it a Becky?
It is unfortunate that Neil deGrasse Tyson's name is being brought down. So 3 women have accused him of sexual misconduct. He says the evidence matters, right? So Neil deGrasse Tyson, obviously, he's a well-known astrophysicist. He's a TV host, general science enthusiast.
Makes you feel
He's on
dumb
multiple
as hell.
podcasts. He has his own podcast, etc., etc., etc. He has been accused of sexual misbehavior by 3 different women. He addressed the allegations in a Facebook post. And this was over the weekend.
Facebook post.
Yeah, go figure. He said, in any claim, evidence matters. Evidence always matters, right? So, of course, you don't want to just presume that all the claims are true. However, you do want to listen to the claims. I think that's very important. Now, let me see if I can find some information here. So, a classmate whom briefly dated, he claims... Whoa, okay.
He dated?
Whoa. I'm just skimming this for the first time. A classmate who Tyson briefly dated claims that he drugged and raped her. Here's what Tyson had to say about it. He said, according to her blog post, the drug and rape allegations comes from an assumption of what happened to her during a night that she cannot remember. It is as though a false memory has been implanted, which, because it never actually happened, had to be remembered as she, nor did she remember waking up the next morning. I kept a record of everything she posted. In case her stories morphed over time. Lord. Okay. Tyson's second accuser, a colleague at a conference back in 2009, made a much less serious claim. Whoever wrote this article, terrible, because you can't say whether the claim is as serious as another one or not. She said she asked him to pose for a picture. He took notice of a tattoo of the solar system on her arm. He was curious whether Pluto was part of the tattoo. That makes sense.
That's a solid pickup. Like, oh shit, you got a solar system. Do you include Pluto? You know that's not planning no more.
That is crazy.
Well, here's my number.
And allegedly searched, quote unquote, up her dress, but she was wearing a sleeveless dress. Pluto would have been near the shoulder, perhaps under a strap. I presume Tyson interacts with thousands of fans each year. Third accusation is one that really requires proper investigation. A former assistant of Tyson says that he made her feel uncomfortable, accused her, he accused her of being distracting, quote unquote, and he took actions that implied romantic interest. Tyson admits that he invited her over for wine and cheese, something that he often does for visitors, which he claims that she accepted. And then yada, 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 made her feel uncomfortable when she came over or when she didn't come over, whatever. Right? So, uncomfort, misconduct is what they're saying, right? I don't know, man.
I plead the fifth, man. I don't know. I just plead the fifth. I don't know who to believe. I don't know.
Listen, man.
I'm not supporting nobody. I'm not saying anybody's right, anybody's wrong in this case. Let the facts determine himself out.
It says something when women claim that you make them feel uncomfortable.
You know, I read this thing.
It says something.
Let me tell you one thing about making women feel uncomfortable. I read this thing and it's like some lady is trying to sue some guy for making her feel uncomfortable because she asked him out and he was taller than her.
Okay.
And she's supposedly going to court with this, saying if a guy's taller than a girl and he asks her out, it makes her feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because
and that's obviously stupid. And there's going to be examples, of course, in every situation. There's stupid examples for every situation, but I mean, there's red flags. There's red flags, and that's what concerns me. For the sake of the women, right? Again, when women say they make you feel uncomfortable, you make them feel uncomfortable. Huge red flag.
Oh, easy.
Huge. Secondly, when there's more than one accuser.
That's definitely
and it's not the same storyline all 3 times. That's a huge red flag.
Red flag.
I don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson's an innocent man, my friend. I'll be honest with you.
I don't know, man.
I'll be honest with you.
It doesn't look good for him. I'll say that, but I don't know. I'm not no judge, so
I mean, this is all alleged, by the way.
Mhm.
As I'm saying all of
Allegedly.
this is alleged. I'm not saying Neil deGrasse Tyson did anything. I'm not defaming his character. I'm just saying, I don't know, man. There's red flags there. That's all I'm saying.
I believe that. I don't know. What
Now, we spoke about cancel culture in the past.
no,
right.
we're not canceling Neil deGrasse Tyson over.
I'm not. I'm not
allegations.
canceling him. The reason why I'm not canceling him is because I receive education from him. So, say what you want. You can cancel me for that.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, all right.
I want to cancel them.
Should he be like, if these allegations and these alleged scenarios, those are the same word. If those came out to be true,
Should he be canceled?
should he be canceled?
No, man. To an extent, I guess, but I don't like saying the word canceled. I don't know. If you don't fuck with him, then stop fucking with him. If you want to fuck with him, then fuck
I
with
like
him.
that answer.
Like you said, we've
like
learned
that
so much from him. Like he said some just one sentence he says can make you think so much.
Like a random thing I learned from him is that he said the microwave is not dangerous by any means. All the microwave does is it heats up the water content of your food.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why if you try to heat up something that doesn't have any water content in it, like a plate, the plate does not really... No, sorry, let's say a plastic plate or plastic container.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really get hot around the edges per se, where the
because
food
there's
is
no
not
water
touching
content.
because there's no water content.
Shout out to the man.
Whereas the food itself gets super hot, but there's nothing like gamma rays or all the people that don't own microwaves.
Yeah, there's all convection. Get your
There's
cancer.
actually no correlation in that sense. It's just it just heats up the water content.
Okay, that makes so much sense now.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then this myth of the microwave that I've had for 27 years
About how it's bad for you and you need to warm shit up on the stove.
immediately dispelled on where he's
everything
not
on
even
microwave.
having a conversation about that. He wasn't even trying to teach me anything in that sense.
Like
right?
one I heard was about the rainbow, and he's like, "No two people see the rainbows the same way."
Yes,
I remember seeing that, and he explained, he's like, because all we do is we're looking through lights, but if we're not standing in the same spot, we're not looking through the same water droplets.
Yo,
and I was like, that is so fucking true.
Nuts. That guy's an alien.
He says some smart stuff, so I won't cancel him.
But I like.
I'll look at him differently.
Yes,
but
but I do like your answer to that. You know what? If you fuck with him, you fuck with him. If you don't, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, I'm not gonna hate you for it. I'm not gonna hate on you for it. I'm not gonna say you should fuck with him. If you do, I'm not gonna judge you for it. It is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Let's move on, man. Instagram. Why they lying?
Did you see this update?
I did not see the update. So I saw a post that said, "Oh, hey, you check out the new Instagram. All you gotta do is press the button now."
About that.
So I tried like pressing the button on my screen, but my Instagram had not changed yet.
It hadn't been updated.
And I'm not gonna search for an update. Like nobody goes to App Store and presses fucking Instagram.
People did it just
update.
to be part of this conversation.
Well, again, I think that's part of growing up where I don't care to be a part of that.
Same here.
And then all of a sudden, like what makes me uncomfortable is Instagram claiming it was an error.
I don't think it was. I think they
No, of course not.
They looked at the
feedback,
yeah, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, guys, let's say it's an error." So is it reversed? Is it back to normal now?
Yeah. So they said it was an error. I'm like,
wow, how convenient is fucking that?
And then they just act like things have never changed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I didn't see this update. Like I was like you. I heard about it. I saw it on Instagram, but I didn't actually. I wasn't gonna update it. Like if everyone says it's bad, why would I want to go do it anyway?
But that's the thing, right?
I was like, I hate this. I hate this.
At the same time, everyone hates every update.
You can't please everybody.
Everyone hates like all you hear on like whenever anything updates a phone and a main app.
So bad.
Remember how people complained about the new Instagram logo?
Yeah.
You want to go back to the old one?
You know, how many iterations of Facebook have we had?
Facebook got way more trash.
We've been on Facebook since the beginning. Or
Facebook did get 1,000,000 times more trash.
Yeah, but they added a whole bunch of shit that was never there from the start.
It's just like, oh man, I miss chronological order.
When they took that out of Instagram, I was so
just
mad.
On everything, man. Like, why isn't things in chronological order? Why can't I just like scroll a timeline?
Is selling you something.
A timeline is supposed to be a timeline, right?
They're selling you something.
That's what the TL is, right? The timeline.
The TL is a car, is an Acura.
Holy fuck. Yeah, shout out to R.I.P. to my fucking Acura
Oh,
TL, man.
jeez.
Boy, do I miss that car.
Jeez.
Oh my god, the Honda Accord is not the same.
It's not the same?
Not the same, but it's better on gas, and I drive a lot, so you know
There we
what?
go.
It's a smarter decision. Instagram needs to stop tripping. They need to stop. It's scary.
Lying.
It's scary. That's all I'm gonna say. It's scary. It's scary how they could just try to manipulate and lie and you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't know if it's just me. Like I don't
It's
know if
not
I'm the
just
only
you,
one
but
bugging
just-
out about that.
It's just you. It's not just you, I mean, but like it's just one of those things like, whatever. Like companies are gonna company.
Fuck.
Like at the end of the day, it's all about money. So if they see feedback, like, oh yeah, guys, it was a mistake.
I don't know, man.
Fix it. But
I might go zero dark 30 mode, LeBron style on all this social media shit.
speaking of LeBron,
Speaking of Bronny, what's up?
is
Yo,
he-
Bronny is nice, by the way. Like the
is
sun.
he really nice, or are we just seeing highlights?
Yo, honestly,
like I need to watch a game of people. Like this is what Instagram does. Instagram
Yes.
blows people up for 3 dunks
like
in a
they
game.
did with Julian Newman. That guy is not nice. Remember the
He's
little
not.
short kid, the little Filipino looking
He's
kid?
not.
He's not nice at all.
Man has like a few dunks, a few highlights,
No,
and he's the best player in the world.
But like, here, okay, Bronny. I can't tell if Bronny is nice. Here's what I think about Bronny: super high IQ, super good floor general. I think that's what you're gonna get from him.
Yes. See Zaire Wade.
Zaire Wade.
He looks nice from his high. Like looking at his passes and the stuff he does, he has like court vision.
But I feel like a Bronny is almost a different kind of package.
oh yeah, Bronny's did 2 different players. Like I remember.
No,
I'm
I know
just,
that.
I'm
No,
just saying,
I'm
have you seen him play? Like,
I'm not saying same player. I'm saying
Yeah.
like when you
Well,
see
he's-
Zaire Wade, right? He has the kind of highlight package that like
It's like a shooting guard
J.R.
forward.
Smith would have.
Yeah, like a shooting guard, small forward type of package.
You know what I'm saying? But J.R.
Dunks.
Smith is J.R. Smith. Like
Shooting.
J.R. Smith has. Hey, you can hate on me all you want. J.R. Smith has probably one of the best highlight packages out
Hands down.
in the
In
last
Denver,
15 to 20 years.
Just go watch him in Denver.
In the
That's all I
last
gotta
15
say.
to 20 years. Hate
Not
if you want.
Cleveland. Go watch him
New
in Denver.
York.
New
Watch
York.
New
Yeah, I
York.
forgot New
Him
York.
and Shumpert?
Oh, they were putting up.
Come on.
They were on Instagram every.
You can't
night.
get those boys together. Come on now, man.
Remember the one? Hi, mom.
They were bugging. They were bugging. But like J.R. Smith is not elite in that sense. Whereas a whereas like
Bronny.
a Bronny clip would be like a Jason Kidd highlight package.
I don't know. I gotta see these guys. In
I have to
game.
see. Obviously, they're still young. Like they're still gonna.
And
adapt
they're
the
like
game.
what? They're grade 8, grade 9s.
No, they're. I think Bronny grade 9 now.
Oh, okay.
I think Zaire is older.
Is he?
I think
Maybe
he was,
just taller.
I think he was older, and I think like back when they were in Miami, or am I thinking about Carmelo's kid being bigger than like Chris Paul's kid? Or
That's
something?
by the way. Wade has like 3 sons or 2 or 3 sons.
I heard the other. I not heard. I saw you saw LeBron post that Instagram clip of him talking to his other son.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this overproduced garbage?
Yo,
LeBron?
I'm like, why is it like sound like the microphone's on his
Yeah,
chest?
like, listen, son. Okay, come to the side, son.
you see, you
listen,
see that shot
see-
you did there?
What's gonna happen? Like, yo, shut up.
It sounded so produced. I'm like, all right, man.
I can't hate
You
on
know the
LeBron,
camera's
man.
there. No one can hate on
Let me just
LeBron.
give Bronny an applause. Just 'cause
It's LeBron.
I believe he was your
Zaire-
person of the year, basically.
He is. Zaire Wade is 6'2", 175.
175.
He's a point guard.
That
Class
nigga
of
is
20.
Big. How
Class
come-
of 2020. That's what.
Oh, he's 16 then.
Yeah, well, he's not ranked. He does have a scholarship offer from Nebraska.
Yeah, he's not going to be big. To be
Yeah,
honest.
he's not going to be big. I don't think. I think he's just Dwayne Wade's son. That's
Because
what
I remember.
highlights.
I remember even when like 3 years ago, he wasn't really a name.
He wasn't. No.
No.
He's just a celebrity son or
Yeah,
a good
pretty
basketball
much.
player's son.
Pretty much. But yeah, I mean, you were saying some shit about LeBron. I completely cut you off with his son.
I was just saying, it's all highlights, man.
LeBron wilding out though. LeBron's I don't give a fuck levels are increasing.
Oh, he apologized.
He's doing. I'm not even talking about the
Jewish money?
I'm talking about why is he walking to stadiums with wine glasses in his hand?
Yo, he runs the NBA.
But is that allowed? You know, like, is that okay?
Well, when you're LeBron, not everybody can do what LeBron does, but when you're LeBron, you're like, all right, man, just allow it. It's like,
I have a hot take for 2019.
well, they're gonna calm LeBron down.
The industry, not the industry, media, white media, is going to try to take LeBron down in 2019. It's happening.
I believe that, but he has the black people on his side. So
True.
it's gonna be hard for him to get that far.
Yeah, you're right. Black Twitter runs Twitter. So
Exactly. And
no, you're right. I'm tripping.
And white people are scared to
Let me take
offend
that back.
black people. I
Let me
can
take
tell
that
you
back.
that. So as soon as they see the backlash coming from the black people, they're gonna cut it out.
No, you're right. You're
There are a few
absolutely
people
right.
we support hard, down to the core, and LeBron's one of them.
You're absolutely right. Fuck.
But I do agree. They will try.
They will.
They're gonna put some bad shit out there in the news. You're gonna hear some stuff in the news. Why is LeBron doing this? Why is he doing that?
And I'm surprised they didn't say anything about the wine. I'll be honest with you. I'm surprised that's not something that's being talked about.
They probably did it. Someone was like, "Nigga, we do not give a fuck." He's LeBron. That nigga can walk in with Belvedere and fucking Ciroc, and we'll still be like, "Yeah, that's our nigga."
Belvedere and Ciroc. Yo, speaking of, I don't even know what we're speaking of, but Super Bowl
2050 something.
Yo,
It's 50 something. I know I said 20.
I don't even know what you're thinking of to say 20 something.
I don't know.
The Super Bowl has taught me that I should have kept up with Roman numerals in school.
I didn't know my Roman numerals.
I know them. Like I know X is 10 and V is 5 and
C is 100,
C is 100,
L is 50,
and
I is 1, N is 1,000.
Yeah, I get
like D is 1,000, N is
Latin
500
or whatever it derives from.
Yeah.
But like when I see like XL triple I, like in my head I'm like X10.
Oh yeah, I gotta think.
But L is 50, right? So
but the X
10
is before, so it's
that's
minus
40
10.
and then 43. Okay.
43, yeah.
Super Bowl 43. Let me remember that. You know what
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I can't just look at it and be like, damn, I know that number.
Yeah,
So I gotta think about it.
I wish I stuck with it. Cardi B said no to the Super Bowl.
Well, why do you wish you stuck with it? Hold on, I'm going to go back to this quickly.
Why not, man?
It's
cool.
a dead language. It's like someone saying, "Oh, I wish I learned Latin." It's like, why would you need Latin other than the Super? When have you seen more numerals other than the Super Bowl in the last 5 years?
You know what?
You don't need that shit. It's good to think about it.
You know what?
It's good to know. Don't get me wrong.
You're right.
But you don't even need it.
You're
not writing
right.
with a dead language no more.
What the fuck? I have no rebuttal to that whatsoever.
That's what just when people say, "Oh, I wish I learned Latin." I'm like, why would you want to learn a dead language?
But I do want to learn Mandarin.
Okay, that's fine. That's a language that people speak now.
I loaded up the Duolingo. I know how to say three things technically. I know how to say
shit, bitch.
Imagine some Shaq West shit. I know how to say good.
How do you say that?
How.
How?
I know how to say hello.
Hello.
Ni hao. And I know how to say goodbye.
Be how.
Now imagine that'd be fucking hilarious, but no. Zai Jian.
Zai Jian?
Like ZAIGIAN. Zai Jian. So you know what? I'm coming along.
Hey,
your boys
3
here.
more than I know.
Mandarin is the language of business in the future. To all moguls out there, to all creators out there, go learn Mandarin.
I would say if I learned all the alphabet languages or as much, just like 3 alphabet languages I wanted to learn.
Alphabet, are those like the Latin based?
Yeah, like the ones that actually use letters. Like they use Spanish, French.
I want to learn Spanish, French.
And then Mandarin was my next one. Mandarin and Arabic were my 2 next.
I had so my list, like if I was just a super genius, I could learn a language on command like that. My order would be Spanish first, French second. I would go Mandarin third, German fourth.
I was gonna go Arabic. Those are the only and then the others I'll pick up as time goes on.
I'm feeling that. I'm rolling. I'm rolling with that.
But I would go French
Arabic
first,
should be up there.
Then Spanish, then Mandarin and Arabic. Those are my 4. If I was to someone say put a gun to my head and say learn 4 languages, those are the 4 I would pick.
I'm trying to what else? What other language? I'm trying to think.
Because I feel like with French you can learn, you can understand a lot more.
Yes,
I'm trying to think of broad
yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Like France can carry you in parts of Africa. It can carry you in parts of Europe. It can carry you in parts of Canada. It can carry you in a lot of the Caribbean islands.
Yeah, that too.
You have to learn how to speak French oftentimes to make money, which is very unfortunate.
Spanish gets you through South
Spanish,
America.
of course, gets you a lot of the world. You get access to the Spains in Europe. You get access to a lot of South America, of course. We know a lot of the United States obviously gives you access with that. And then I'm trying to think where else. Spanish, I mean, they colonize.
They colonize a few African countries, but they're not that many. It's like 2 or 3 African countries.
Yeah, but I definitely want... and
South America is big.
And they're Latin-based.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? German, from what I saw, I wouldn't say I Duolingoed it, but I would
Yeah.
say like I saw like a quick 1-2. It don't look that hard, bruh.
Really?
It don't look that hard. I think I might take a crack at it.
Hey, try it.
Like
Man.
it looks like English. Like you know how like
it's
not
spelled
Russian.
as it sounds. It's pretty much.
Yeah, like it'll be like I don't even want to potentially offend, so I'm not gonna do that. But like it'll be a word that sounds like the word, but
Mhm.
it's just like completely misspelled, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, if I just say the word, I can see how it is like this in English. Like it's kind of like that.
One of those. Okay.
So I
Shout
might
out
take a
to
stab at
language.
it, but shout out to language.
You know what?
Man,
You
fuck.
made me want to learn a new language. This year.
Definitely, bro. I hope I can just consistently do it. Like
I
I've been
was-
saying this for years.
I was good at French too. Like
Yes,
up
me
until high
too.
school, up to grade 8, I could probably understand of people speaking French. I
Mm-hmm.
could put sentences enough to I could put words together enough to understand what they're saying.
Yes.
But
And
then I don't know.
The craziest part for me is that I can still look at, obviously being in Canada,
Mhm.
French is our official second language. Anything that you see in English, you're most likely going to see in French
French.
as well.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I can read a paragraph in French and tell you what it's about.
Solid.
You know what I mean? Like I can't understand it fully. I can't even necessarily
Can't hold
read
a
it sentence by
conversation
sentence.
per se, but
I can look at that paragraph and be like, okay, they're okay, it's something about XYZ.
yeah,
And I won't be wrong.
that's how it used to be with French. And then
So
I don't know. I gave
fuck,
up on
man.
French.
If and even if not to learn the language, bro, to stimulate your brain.
Yeah, just challenge yourself.
Why not? Why not? Anyways, we got off on a huge tangent. Cardi B, Super Bowl. She said no. Do we know if Travis Scott has said no?
Is he supposed to perform?
Yes.
I thought it was only Maroon 5 and like someone else.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Travis
Let's
Scott.
do some Googles. Travis Scott feeling the heat over Super Bowl. TMZ live 2 hours ago. That's YouTube. That's clickbait. So basically, like I know recently
I
two
didn't even know
people
he was-
called him out. Al Sharpton called out Travis Scott, and Jay-Z said he wants Travis Scott to back out. Cardi B has already backed out.
Mhm.
So like, yo, Travis Scott, if you perform,
He's doing a disservice to. But
he
again,
would be doing a huge disservice if he performed.
but look who
Because
his
black leaders are telling you not to.
look who his fan base is though.
That's
It's the-
understandable.
It's the white women, the white girls.
That's understandable. You have to ask yourself, your wife is one of the richest people on the planet
Is there?
and has a huge social media influence.
Is there?
Are you really losing if you don't perform at the
She's
Super Bowl?
Oh, he's definitely not
Because
losing.
his audience, although maybe the white person or the white woman or the white girl, because it's a very young audience,
He's not losing.
but the Super Bowl audience is
is
not
grown
that. It's-
ass white men.
Exactly. It's 40-plus-year-old white men. So they don't even know who Travis Scott is. If Maroon 5 is on the ticket, nobody that Maroon 5 brings over, maybe the young girls, if they're
Is-
still into them, is gonna want to check for Travis Scott. So I just don't see where Travis Scott sees any benefit in this.
I think he's gonna back out. He's just probably just like Travis Scott's like
Delaying
a
it.
quiet guy.
With an album release, like, yo, drop an album. If I get 1 million signatures,
Do you think
on
he's gonna
this,
perform? Or think he's gonna back out? He knows the backlash he's
I
gonna
think
get.
he
and it's
has
not
to
worth
back
it.
out.
Someone's got to be telling him. The backlash that's gonna get.
But I also feel like somebody's gonna perform.
Oh yeah,
Somebody that represents Black culture will perform, and we will be mad at them for the day.
I just hope it's not Nikki, man. If you do that, I will cancel Nikki if she does.
Fuck, eh?
I will cancel
Oh.
Nikki. I don't think she would though, because
That makes perfect sense.
But if for
could be
some reason
Nicki.
she does,
Oh,
I
it's
will
Nikki.
cancel Nikki. I will be like, Nikki, I'm sorry, but
Nikki's performing at the halftime.
nah, I don't think she would, man. She's smarter than that. She's smarter than that. Look, she might be dumb sometimes. She might do some stuff on Twitter that annoys me, but I like to think even Kanye is smarter than that. You know what? No, Kanye is.
Bro, you're answering your own question.
Kanye
Why you think
is.
I've been silent? I'm amazed that fuck, I'm just realizing that we have Nicki and Kanye. And if Kanye's there, Travis Scott might be there. No, they hate each other now.
What, because of sicko mode?
Yeah. And Kylie been beefing with Kim.
Are they still beefing?
Bro, honestly, Kim been jealous of her money.
Oh yeah, easy.
They won't admit it, but I know they're beefing.
I can see that.
I know they're beefing. Speaking of Ye, man, You have the
Speaking
tweets.
of,
You have
yeah.
the tweet somewhere.
Yes.
I know. I only saw the main one, and I just said like I
I have it.
tweeted
I'll
out
pull it
like,
up.
"Is Kanye tweeting again?" with an eye roll, and I stopped following. Like I don't care about what Kanye is saying anymore.
I just thought it was funny.
But I'm curious.
I have no care for what he was saying.
Did you see the response to the one tweet?
Yes, the one that says it's a perfect time to drop Yandy.
No. I'll read the one I have as you're reading the thing in general.
Okay,
You
so here, first tweet does it go from bottom to top or top to bottom?
it goes. The
I'll
first
go-
one I saw was imagine having a problem.
Okay, I don't have that one.
Okay, so somebody said.
Oh yeah, imagine having a
is
yeah.
that
Okay,
at the top?
that's the last one. The one said 5 minutes ago. So the one I have says first one is I never knew until this morning that Drake followed my wife on Instagram back in September. I was like, first I was like, hold up, how your wife not tell you the man you're beefing with is following me on Instagram?
This is ridiculous.
Second one goes, when I went too far with the Wiz, everybody stood up and I had to apologize because it was too far. Then third one is, I had to bring this up because it's the most fucked up thing of all, and I just wanted to. I just saw it this morning. And the next one is the imagine.
So he says, imagine having a problem with somebody and they follow your wife on Instagram, and then I don't know who Elro is, but it's like, mate, she's fit. Leave me alone. I'm done with this. Like, why is it, mate, she's fit? That's so fucking funny
He's
to me.
definitely English.
Listen, officially, I don't care anymore.
Just drop Yandy. Like, that's
Like,
all I care
officially,
about.
like when he was doing the last set of tweets, that was the last bit of energy I had.
Oh, I'm done with him since MAGA.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what?
just like, just drop your music. Like, oh, we listen to you for your music, Kanye. We don't care about this stuff.
Okay, let's have a bigger conversation real quick because
Real quick.
I don't want this to be too long.
For real, for real. Oh my.
Do you think Kanye can ever recover? And I'm not talking mentally, I'm talking musically.
If he drops one of the most firest freaking
But realistically,
albums,
obviously, of course, I'm saying, do you think he can recover?
I think he can.
I'm
But
starting not to think it's
but
possible anymore.
He needs a good like publicist or publicist team. Like he needs someone to like sit him down and be like, yo, don't tweet. Don't do this. Like move this way. Move this way.
Man.
Because Kanye used to be sick because of his mystery. There was always like a mystery behind Kanye sometimes. And then his music will like explain a lot. You're like, like, you go quiet for 3 months and you hear a song like, oh, when my mom died,
Man, I wish I had some influence, man.
I consider suicide. Like, no, you know what? We feel you, Kanye. But now he's just wilding out.
I have the perfect strategy to approach both Kanye and Nicki with.
How?
Man, do I wish I had some more influence. I would make a lot of money for them
Hey,
and
hold up.
myself.
Do you really want to say this now?
No. And that's why I haven't told you yet. You've asked me twice and I'm not opening my mouth.
This thing, Shay, how can I make money off this?
God damn. Oh, man, that's a shame.
What
It's a
is it?
shame. But I'm starting to think less and less that Kanye can ever recover musically. I don't know. I think
How? Why?
because let's think about it. And maybe it's an issue of comparing everything to the best work rather than taking it for what it is. Pablo, I took for what it was,
Yeah.
and Pablo was great.
It was for what it was, yes.
Yeezus, I took for what it was, and
Yeah, it was
Yeezus was
good.
really good.
Yes.
Yeezus, I still have to say it's nowhere close to Twisted Fantasy, of
It's
course.
definitely not. It's not touching.
Yay, nowhere close.
It was at the bottom of the barrel.
Nowhere close. So I think about just him decline. Like he's technically has declined every year since Yeezus. Yeezus is 13, if I'm not mistaken. When did that come out?
12
15?
or 13. 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's a little concerning. And he hasn't shown me anything hunger-wise or mentally.
Because I feel like he got comfortable in that legendary status and just didn't get better.
Yeah,
Didn't care to get better because he knows he's going to sell.
like look at what Ninth Wonder's doing
Mm-hmm.
with that whole Jamla label right now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the hunger that
They're showing.
And he's always been fire, but like he can just release a 40 track where every beat is just insane fire.
Yep.
Kanye makes good beats.
Yep. He's an amazing producer.
Just fade a bit, clean up your image,
Exactly.
learn from Hove, do a couple interviews where you don't talk about mental health,
Or racism being a slave being an option. Or sorry, slavery being an option.
and you're back. You're back in the game. But I don't know if he's capable anymore.
I honestly I want to know what goes through his mind.
Yeah.
I just don't know what goes through your mind. Like, what makes you sit down and says, "Ooh, let me go meet up with Donald Trump."
Yeah. I don't know, man.
When we say, "Let me put on this MAGA hat."
I don't know. I don't know, man. Kanye has too much of my time this week again.
I cannot think about Kanye. Just drop Yandi and let's go.
That's it.
Kanye is one of my favorite rappers, but just drop Yandi. That's all I gotta say. I don't know.
Going in a circle for half a second. Apparently, I haven't heard it. I don't even know where it is. Apparently, Travis Scott, Sicko Mode, the first beat on there that everybody wanted Drake to rap on.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a full one.
With Drake rapping on it?
Apparently.
Yo, where is this?
I don't know.
Is it on Spotify?
I haven't searched it up. I think there was an article, or I think it was said somewhere that there's a full version. I don't even know who said it. I heard it on the Joe Budden podcast, basically.
Get some digging
so
after the
shout out
podcast to listen to this.
I'm definitely going to look for that. I want to hear that. I'm very curious.
Mode.
What else do we want to talk about?
Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba. That's one of the Googles.
Sicko Mode or Mo Bamba?
I got
okay. I see why that would be an auto search.
Colin.
What else we want to talk about, man? I got nothing.
Oh, so this is what I want to talk about. The Zone. You know about The Zone?
The Zone?
The DAZN?
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. What do you think, DAZN?
I thought it was DAZN. I've heard DAZN. Have you heard it referenced as The Zone?
I've heard it as The Zone. Like,
by white people?
Pretty much, yes.
Oh, fuck. Then maybe you're right.
It was like a white person.
I don't know. The last person you spoke to about some shit, they weren't right.
It was the Bon Iver.
Yeah, I was right. It was Bon Iver. So I'm not rolling. I'm rolling with DAZN.
I'm rolling with The Zone because I feel like DA Zone. Like,
I'm not rolling.
But just signing boxing.
Yes. So they signed Canelo. Canelo's their prize fighter, of course. That was very surprising. They're taking an interesting approach to things because they did what Android TV been. I'm not going to extend on that just in case.
But DVD's been doing?
Yeah, what DVD has been doing. It's interesting. It's interesting, though, because a lot of people I know have DAZN.
Okay, that was going to be my question. Because boxing, to me, has always been a pay-per-view event.
Right.
But if you're on DAZN, it means now you have to subscribe to DAZN, which is a monthly subscription. For people that don't know, DAZN is a monthly prescription.
DAZN or DAZN, bro. I'm not gonna let this episode.
DAZN.
I'm not gonna let this episode just be butchered by your DAZN
well,
assumption here.
I don't know if it's DAZN either.
My thing is this.
Doesn't it ruin the sport now? Because like now, if I want to watch a boxing match with Canelo, and so was they going to sign Triple G next?
Yes.
Or they're trying to sign now? It's going to be a Triple G Canelo 5. So where can I watch? Like, I don't want to sign up to watch it.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's a bad thing for the sport. I actually think it's a great thing for the sport, and it started probably about 3 or 4 years ago with PBC, which is a Premier Boxing Championships. And they partnered up with PBC, partnered up with Showtime. PBC partnered up with Fox, of course, FS1 as well, being part of the Fox brand. PBC has also, have they had pay-per-view events?
I have no idea what PBC
I'm not sure.
You gotta tell me.
Basically, it's what DAZN is trying to do. Okay. Right? So PBC has a lot of those fighters that you kind of, like the Charlo brothers who fought recently. Errol Spence has fought under the PBC brand. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. These are all world elite fighters that have fought under that PBC brand.
I was going to say I have no idea who these people are, but
it's the boxing nerd in me coming out. But
I don't watch boxing.
It's been good for exposure because now somebody like a Sean Porter has become a little bit more of a household name. Because he's somebody like the Charlo brothers, unfortunately, Jermel, if I'm not mistaken, lost. Jamal almost lost, but Jermel did lose.
Are they twins?
They are twins. Damn. Jermel and Jamal. Imagine that, eh? The only difference is one letter.
One letter.
Like of your whole swag. Your only difference between you and the guy next to you is one letter. That's terrible. No, shout out to the Charlo brothers. They're one of my favorite fighters.
Do they fight in the same weight class?
They used to. They used to both fight at 154 pounds. They were both holding titles at the same time, both undefeated.
Oh, damn. Did they fight each other ever?
They'd never fought each other.
I did like two brothers say like they'll never fight each other.
I'm pretty sure they'll never fight each other. Yeah,
because I know like.
And then one brother moved up in weight to 160 pounds, and they were both holding titles at the same time, of course. And that camp also has Errol Spence, who's the 147-pound champion. Some people feel he's the best in that division. So that camp obviously knows what they're doing. But the point I'm trying to make is that PBC has generated a lot of exposure
Okay.
for these boxers, especially for American boxers that otherwise wouldn't get those looks.
Because Showtime won't give them those.
Exactly. So,
Or-
well, not Showtime, but just bringing more continuity to the sport.
That's just
So it's a
okay.
weekly event, right? Like,
Okay.
like ESPN would have had Friday night fights back in the day.
Okay, this makes
right?
sense now. This makes sense.
Or like NBA has, TNT Thursday, whatever
Yeah,
they call it.
players
Or
only
Mondays,
Monday.
whatever.
Yeah.
So it creates continuity.
Okay, because I was thinking it's just gonna be like every 3 months there's a fight.
No,
out. That's
no,
what I was
no.
like. This doesn't seem like. Am I paying a subscription service so every 3 months I can watch a fight?
So what it looks
But
like to me,
That makes sense now. If it's like on a
it
weekly.
seems like to me PBC is more of the, I guess, the North American approach, and they can overlap. It can by
Yeah.
all means overlap, but this is just an assumption in the early stages of DAZN with them signing Canelo and with them wanting to sign Triple G. It seems like PBC is gonna fit more in that North American space,
Okay.
whereas DAZN wants to fit a little bit more in the worldwide space.
They do because DAZN or DAZN, whichever you want to call it, has they have soccer as well.
Yeah,
and
and
they have
they
like a
play-
lot of
exactly.
Europeans, so rugby, I think cricket.
Exactly.
It
So
depends
it's
on where you
very
are.
international, and obviously bringing international fighters to that,
That's probably what they're gonna do, too.
marries the two ideas
Okay,
together.
okay.
Whereas again, PBC, they're appearing on Fox.
Yeah.
So if they have an event on Fox, you don't want to see, the Colombian fighter versus the Kazakhstan fighter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
want
wanna
to
see the American.
versus the Mexican.
Yeah,
Right.
something
So,
relatable.
but you know what? Again, I think it's good exposure for the sport in general. I always think it'll be a good thing. It's very interesting to see Canelo go to that because it watered his brand down completely.
I wouldn't say so. Can Canelo fight for like at MGM now, one of those, or on Showtime, or he has a contract only to fight on, or just you don't know this?
Well, the answer is always going to be, can he? Yes. The problem has become, and this is just a problem that exists in boxing, too many chefs in the kitchen.
Okay.
Too many chefs in the kitchen. Like, think about Mayweather versus McGregor.
Yes.
And this is probably the easiest way to explain what I mean by this. Mayweather versus McGregor. Who deserves the money? Is it Dana White? Is it Conor McGregor? Is it UFC? Is it Floyd? Is it, Floyd's people in terms of his promotion? Is it Mayweather Promotions? Is it Zuffa? Is it UFC's proprietary sponsors? Who really deserves, the spotlight on
That's
this?
true.
And that's how it is with this. So now if Canelo wants to fight, let me not even use Canelo. Let's use an example of an HBO fighter. So who's on HBO? Triple G used to be on HBO.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I have no idea.
Anyways, the point is this. You get a fighter who's on HBO. Manny Pacquiao used to be on HBO.
Mhm.
You get a fighter who's on Showtime. And Showtime and HBO hate each other.
Pretty much.
They don't even
They're
like
both
they
premium.
compete in every space.
It's so funny.
You know what I mean? Like even sports.
You think they should team up and kill the premium programming, but
They do. They both kill it.
I think they should team up and just murder
Yeah,
every
cool.
other
It's like
other
Rogers and Bell.
competition.
They ain't splitting.
That's true. It's like, you do your thing, I do my thing.
But now it makes it harder for the HBO fighter to fight the Showtime fighter because it's like
They would
both.
never.
Like Showtime says, no, fuck this. This is a Showtime event, baby.
We want all
This
the
is
money.
Showtime. Let's get the Showtime preview, the Showtime ads, and HBO's like,
Oh, this is
you're
HBO.
bugging. This is HBO. We got our main fighter. It's HBO. We got the more historic brand.
Mhm.
We're Microsoft in this, and Showtime's like, well, we're Apple, right? So it's like, again, and now you have DAZN, and now you have one of the biggest fighters on the planet. And why I say it waters down his brand is because DAZN's gonna want all of that.
Oh yeah, for
So now
sure.
if Showtime's like middle finger to you, and HBO says middle finger to you, there's no legitimate opponents for Canelo.
Because all the other that's where most of the fighters are pretty
Exactly. So I mean, it does water down the brand a bit, but it does create more exposure for the sport, and I think the overall positive outweighs the overall negative.
much. There we go.
So I'm with it.
And time will tell too.
I'm absolutely.
We'll
with
find
it.
out in a year from now if it was a good move or a bad move.
Very true. I don't know if I got anything else. I'll be honest with you.
I think that's all I had.
I'm gonna act like we're not gonna have this conversation off the mic, but I do want to talk about going out on New Year's Eve real quick.
Jeez.
All right, I just want to talk. I want to have a little not monologue because I'm gonna ask you shit, but a little moment of New Year's Eve. You feel it's overrated?
Yes. Yes, it is.
End of convo.
Like we celebrate 1 second. We literally celebrate for 1 second just to go into the new year and
That's crazy.
And
you know,
then
you're
go home and
partying all
sleep.
night, and then it's like, hey yo, it's 11:51. Hey yo, and then yeah, yeah.
whose man is this?
Yo, you got the right time? Yo, put on the TV time just in case. I don't trust your phone.
Every party has.
trust your phone.
Turn the CB24. Yo, see the TV.
Yo, check the news time. Check the news time.
Yo, I don't trust your phone.
And then the news is like 5 seconds behind. Yo. And then people on Twitter are saying it at like 11:58, and then you're like wondering, are their phones off?
Yeah.
It's overrated.
It's overrated. Like we dress
It's
up,
overrated.
we do all this for that little 1 second, and
It's absolutely overrated.
woo! And you ever wonder right after New Year, everyone looks at each other like, all right, what do we do now? Like there's nothing to do after. Like it's like, ooh, happy New Year.
That 12:02 moment is like,
all right, guys.
So it's like you're right. It's like 10, 9, no, Happy New Year, and then everyone does their cheers. Yeah,
get
cheers.
your hugs, kisses,
Happy
do your
New
thing.
Year. Like as if
5
you guys
minutes
haven't
later,
been chilling for 5 hours.
everyone's been chilling since like
Happy
7
New Year.
o'clock. By the
Happy
way,
New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
send your texts,
Happy New Year.
take
You
your
get all
phone
the
calls.
texts. And then it's like 12:07. You know, you do your cheers, you take your champagne. It's like 12:09 now.
I imagine sitting on the
and
couch.
it's like,
so
we didn't plan for this part.
do we get more drunk? Do we go home now?
It's past midnight. Do we go home? I mean, the night's young. It is New
It
Year's
is.
Day. Do we drink? I mean, I don't want to get more drunk. It's after midnight.
I've been drinking since 6 p.m. because I've been
Um,
chilling with you guys for that long.
What do we do?
Yeah.
It's overrated.
It's overrated.
Everything's overpriced. Uber
Yeah,
surcharges
everything's
are
overpriced.
wilding out.
Subway is
Um,
rammed because everywhere's downtown.
But Subway is free, right?
It's free, yeah, but it's
Shout out
not
to Toronto
packed. It
Transit
is.
Commission.
I went downtown once,
Um,
Nathan Phillips Square. Worst
Nathan
decision.
Phillips.
ever.
Oh, you was. Oh, that's Toronto. I was about to say. I was like, oh,
Not-
you was really at
Not
what's the-
Times Square.
that was-
Not Times Square. I was not in New York.
Yo, that's funny. I thought Nathan Phillips was Times Square for a second. That's
It's
hilarious.
not even close.
Not even
Yeah,
close.
and
though.
it was packed. It's freezing. It's outside.
Yeah.
If you're not there early, you don't get front, so you don't see this. You can barely see the people on stage. And then going home is such a shit show because
People
the
wanna be
subways are
somewhere,
packed.
man. People just,
Everyone's walking on the streets. Like, there's
people
no
need to feel
control.
like they're part of a moment.
Nah, fuck that, man. I'm good just chilling with my friends, family. That's it.
That's it. I mean,
Like, you don't gotta be high key.
that's it. Just gonna chill out, of course. Like I said, and I think you're right, man. You don't gotta be high key at all. You
It's
just
New Year's. Like New Year's ain't that special. at
it
the
is
end of
what
the
it
day.
is.
You're not gonna go back to normal the next morning.
Just spend it with some people. It's a holiday, so you know
Exactly.
there's no work in that sense. Just spend it with your peoples and just kick it. Play dominoes or play
what you
PlayStation
do.
or smoke a thing or two or
Mhm.
have some drinks, have
Have
a
some
dinner.
drinks, yeah.
Just have some fun with it, man. Don't feel the pressure to make it an event.
When I was younger, and it's for younger, I guess because we're older now. When I was younger, I felt like it had to be an event.
Yes, it was always
now-
like it would be 4 p.m. You're like, fuck, where am I going?
Where am I exactly?
Or the day before, you're like, I better commit to something.
I gotta figure out what's happening. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
if I gotta stay at home, I gotta stay at home. It is.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm cool. I'm cool playing Spider-Man.
I slept through midnight as New Year's one day.
Did you?
One day I woke up and I was like, I was at home. I was in bed. It's like a
Fuck,
few
eh?
years ago, and I woke up. And I was like, oh, it's 12:20 something, and then I saw like Happy New Year on
You know
CB24, and I was like, oh shit, Happy New Year, and I went back to sleep.
I wonder if I've done the same thing.
That was the only time I've slept through New Year since I've been 18.
Huh.
But a lot of times they don't even go out.
I don't
I'm
think
like,
I've ever slept. Like, I can't picture a time where I've ever slept through New Year. Like, I remember as a kid, obviously, it was the time you got to stay up late.
Yeah.
Being in high school, and I was early on that, not that I guess the blog era that people talk about.
hmm
I was kind of part of that era, but I wasn't in the blogs themselves. I was
Yeah.
more so on the social media sites before the Twitters of the world.
hmm
So, being on there and seeing all the different threads saying Happy New Year and being part of that moment. And then obviously in my young adult life of needing to go out or
Yep.
wanting to be a part of a plan. And then now it's just like, eh. But I never miss it though. I never actually miss it.
That was the only
You know
one I missed. I think it's because I worked that day. I still worked at Walmart that time. They had us working
Mm.
till like 6.
Mm,
So I had to work all day, and I was
That's
at
rough.
home. I had no plans.
that's rough.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I was single back
it
then.
is kind of a time where, whether you are religious or spiritual or not, I think this is the first year it kind of hit me where it's like, you gotta kind of give yourself a round of applause for
Yo.
making it through another year, man.
Yeah, that's what happened to me like last year.
You know what I'm saying?
Last
So-
year I thought about like, you know what? Look who I am. I'm good.
man,
I'm
word.
good. Yo. It was a good year.
Word, survived another year. It wasn't the fucking best year for me, but
Hey,
a
it could
lot
have
of
been
good
worse.
things happened,
It could have been worse,
and
man.
it could have been worse. You know what I'm saying?
We take the good and we take the bad, and we'll celebrate the good, and
That's it.
no, I wish to do. Just
That's it.
learn from the bad.
Now, do we want to say anything more that's corny? Because this is our last show of the year.
See you next year.
Oh my god!
Someone said that to me at work. I was
God.
like, shit.
You gotta be kidding.
We will see you guys all next year.
Wow.
Bruh.
Wow.
Bruh.
Wow. What I will say again, like I just said a few minutes ago or a minute or two ago, just be thankful. Another year on this planet. One down, question mark to go.
Pretty much.
Make the best out of it.
You know what they should
Life.
do?
What?
They should make Thanksgiving New Year's Eve, to be honest.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because now you're giving thanks for the whole year. Now, obviously, I still want that holiday in October for us, but it makes it more of a reason to celebrate.
You're onto something.
Because it makes it more of a reason, like we said,
American
we don't celebrate.
Thanksgiving should be New Year's Eve.
Well, it should be the whole world.
No, they celebrate. I mean, not everyone celebrates Thanksgiving.
I get that, but yeah, I was making a national holiday.
The Canadian Thanksgiving story is different than the U.S. one, as far as I'm aware. And the U.S. Thanksgiving story is now tarnished, right?
Yeah.
So if Black people don't like your holiday, and eventually it's going to reach a point where nobody likes your holiday, or it's not important enough, like golf.
Like golf.
There's got to be some changes.
New Year's
I
Eve,
think you're
man.
onto something.
I'm just saying.
You heard it here first.
What do I know?
2018. What's the timestamp? 2018, December. I don't want to
31st.
mention the day that. December 31st.
At 7 a.m.
I'm gonna act like we record and then upload right away.
At 7 a.m.
At 7 a.m. 7:12 a.m. to be exact. Shola just made the prediction that I don't remember the prediction.
It wasn't even a prediction. It was just a suggestion that we should move Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve.
That's a prediction.
So we have a reason to celebrate.
That is a prediction.
Because I don't see the reason in celebrating New Year's.
I'm rolling. But yeah, no, I mean, again, very interesting year for me. A couple things that I'm thankful for this year, and I did tweet it on my personal. 2018 brought me a lot closer to my family.
Hey, me too, actually. It was one of my goals to come into the year. I was like, you know
Exactly.
what? I feel like I distanced myself last year.
Exactly. So
I gotta
shout out to both of us for that.
reel that back in.
Shout out to both of us for that.
Shout out to the mom, shout out to my brother, shout out to my sister, shout out to my
Word.
dads. You know
The whole family. 2018 obviously was the birth of the True North Views podcast.
Hey!
So
Drop a bomb on that shit. Go.
2018. I'm trying to think, what else did it bring me?
Your Honda Accord.
Jeez. Brought me some personal development as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mental development.
Not trying to get too into the personal. That's why I was just like Honda Accord. Say enough.
A very interesting year for me. A very pivotal year in my life.
I definitely learned a lot this year.
A year that definitely has taught me a lot, put me through a lot of obstacles, put me through a lot of challenges. Taught me a lot about myself.
Hey.
And again, like I said, this is kind of the first year that it's hitting me where it's like, yeah, I should be a little thankful that we made it through another year. So for me to realize that for the first time, I think that's a learning. Kind of speak to what I'm trying to say, I guess. Pretty much.
You're going up, you're learning.
I don't know if you have anything to add to that.
It's 2018. This is probably one of my biggest years of learning. I learned so much. Started the podcast, so shout out to that. New job, shout out to that.
Why Black people always clap for a new job? You don't even know if it's better or worse.
New job, you don't celebrate. I'm hoping you were saying I got a new job is better.
Word, true.
I don't know, man. Nothing I can think of off the top of my foot, but I just know I was thinking this year. Top of my foot, top of my head. Was it top of my tongue? Tip of my tongue.
I thought it was tip of the tongue or top of the head. I don't
top
know
of
where
the head.
feet came in. But you know what?
I'm Mr. Triple Double, no assist. So.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's all, man. Just I learned a lot, personal growth, like you said. Yeah, that's it, man. Just made me realize, hey, man, I'm getting older. I'm getting older, and life's moving, and life's not waiting. Time's not waiting for me.
I gotta move with it or
Yeah.
we gonna get lost.
That's pretty much what I learned this year.
I think that's the perfect way
If you-
to end it. Yeah, I don't think I could have said it any better. So, that being said, please cue the music. Incredible Hulk music for the final time this year. You know what I'm
Corny.
saying? That being said, that will, of course, bring us to the unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast. It's episode 36. Like I said, you can find us on Twitter, on Instagram, and on every podcast streaming platform, whatever you prefer to listen to. We ask that you please continue that conversation as usual by telling a friend to tell 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 a friend.
Person.
You know what I'm saying? 6 degrees of separation. You know what I'm saying? Now, as usual, I go by the name of Harris.
I'm your skirt master, Mr. Triple Double himself, no assist,
Jeez.
JustShola.
Jeez. And for the last time this year, please tell him that number one rule.
Watch out for the wastemans.
Watch out for the motherfucking wastemans. Happy New Year to
Happy
everybody.
New Year's.
Enjoy.
Stay safe if
I
you're
hope
going
you
out.
did not waste money on New Year's Eve. You will thank yourself later
You're welcome.
in 2019. Thank you next. Stay warm. It's the True North Views podcast. It's
See you
episode
next
36. Let's get it.